Imagine being able to lose weight without hours and hours of cardio, starving yourself, and having to restrict your favorite foods. Hey everyone, I'm Maddie, and growing up, I was always super active and was an athlete my entire life. I never had to worry about the foods I was eating or what I weighed or what I looked like because I was just super active. But once my basketball career ended, that all changed. I started gaining weight, feeling sluggish, and it was honestly just like miserable. I completely lost my identity, didn't know who I was, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I felt so lost and frustrated. I had no idea what to eat, how to exercise, how to take care of my body without the structure and guidance of my coach and my sport. Fast forward through years of frustration, failed diets, trial and error, I finally figured out the secret on how to lose fat without giving up your favorite foods and actually enjoying your life and not feeling completely miserable. That's exactly why I'm here today, to help you transition from being an athlete your whole life to normal life. So let's dive in to see what I figured out worked for me and what I know will help you lose fat. Number 1, what is the best exercise for fat loss? Now you might be thinking, do I have to do hours and hours of cardio? How much cardio should I be doing? Or what even workouts do I need to follow? Spoiler alert, you don't need to do any cardio. You should be focusing on strength training. Building muscle is going to be the key to your fat loss journey because the more muscle we have on our body, the easier it is to lose body fat because the faster our metabolism is going. And it's gonna be so much easier when you are lifting weights and not burning yourself out with hours and hours of cardio. Muscle burns more calories at rest than cardio does. So the more muscle you have on your body, the more you're burning when you're literally just sitting on the couch or sleeping. A lot of people think that cardio is necessary, but you should be relying mostly on strength training. Cardio, there's a time and a place for it, and it can be a great tool, but you need to make sure that you're following some sort of strength training program, implementing progressive overload, and getting stronger in the gym, because that's what's gonna help you burn fat the quickest way possible. Number 2, what role does nutrition play in our fat loss journey? Honestly, this is going to be game changer. Now, you've probably heard that abs are built in the kitchen, and unfortunately, it really is true. You can't outrun a bad diet. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. It really comes down to 90-95% of your diet. You can work out all you want to, work hard in the gym, but if you're not prioritizing your diet, you're not gonna see the changes that you want to. So, how many calories should you be eating? Well, that depends on your diet history, your metabolism, your age, your weight, your gender. All of these things and more play a role into how much you should be eating. But to get a solid baseline idea, I recommend tracking your food for 7 to 14 days. Take the average of the calories that you consumed during that time, and that's probably what is going to be around your maintenance calories, and then subtract 200 to 300, and that's going to be your deficit. Now let's talk about macros. How many carbs, fats, and proteins should you be eating? A good rule to follow is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. The rest of the macronutrients, carbs and fat, can just make up the rest of your calories, but really focus on, in the beginning, getting in enough protein and making sure you're consuming the right amount of calories. If you want a more detailed guide on macros and how to figure out how much you should be eating, I have a free nutrition guide that'll be linked below that's gonna help you figure out how much you should be eating and what your carbs, fats, and proteins should be in order to lose fat. Number 3, common mistakes I see people make that slows down their fat loss journey, and mistakes that I made that made my journey years and years longer than it needed to be. The first thing that I see people do is not prioritizing strength training and doing way too much cardio. It's gonna be very hard to see the changes that you want to when you're overworking yourself with cardio and you don't have enough muscle. I promise you, it is so much easier to lose fat when you have more muscle in your body because your metabolism is sped up and it's so much easier to see fat loss. The second mistake I see people make is cutting their calories way too low. This is going to be detrimental. You're going to plateau and then you're not going to see the changes that you want to, and you're not going to be building muscle. And so if you do lose weight, it's probably going to be all muscle and not fat, and it's going to leave you looking skinny fat, and we don't want that. We want to look toned. So make sure that you're eating as many calories as you can while still losing fat. The goal is not to slash your calories as low as you can, because in the long run, that is going to be detrimental to your fat loss journey. We don't want to be starving. We want to be eating as much food as we can. You should be still eating a lot of food and still seeing changes that you want to if you're strength training and doing all of the right things. Another huge mistake that I see people make is being in a dieting phase for too long and overworking their body. Now, how do you know when you do need to pull yourself out of a dieting phase? Look at your biofeedback. How long have you been dieting? Do you have energy? Are you starving all of the time? How's your sleep? All of these things are going to play into effect. And if you're constantly tired, you're starving all of the time, you're not sleeping well, your biofeedback is terrible, you're not feeling good, it's probably time to give yourself a break. And I would recommend at least a month to give yourself a break and eat more food. That doesn't mean you're going into a bulking phase. Just go back to your maintenance calories for a month or so, give your body a reset, and then go back into a dieting phase. Number 4, should you be using supplements to lose fat? Here's the deal. You don't need supplements in order to lose fat. A lot of people think that they need to spend tons of money on different pills and supplements, and that's just not true. They can be a great tool to utilize, but you should first get your nutrition, diet, and exercise in check before adding on any supplements. Now, if you do want to take some supplements, here are a few that I do recommend. The first one would be creatine. It helps with recovery and building muscle, and I honestly recommend it to anyone. It is the most studied supplement out there, so it's very, very safe and can be a great tool to utilize. The second one I would recommend is a protein powder. It can be a very fun and easy way to get in more protein in your day. Definitely not needed, but it can help you get that extra 20 to 25 grams of protein in your diet every single day. And if you want to take something for your overall health, I would recommend a multivitamin as well as a fish oil supplement. Most of us are not getting enough omegas through our diet, so either eat lots of fish or take some sort of fish oil supplement to help with your omegas as well as your brain health and things like that. But again, supplements are not necessary, so do not feel like you need to spend tons of money on weight loss supplements or pills or anything like that. I will have my favorite linked down below, but again, do not feel like you need to buy any sort of supplement. Here's a little bonus tip for y'all. Sleep and stress is a lot more important than people think. Make sure you're giving your body the rest and recovery that it needs, or else it's really going to be impossible to lose fat. Make sure you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours per night. Make sure that you're not overly stressed, you're not overworking your body, your cortisol isn't too spiked, or else it's gonna be really, really hard to see the changes that you want to. Take care of your internal health first, and I promise the external will follow. All right, let's recap on what we talked about today. Make sure you're focusing solely on strength training and utilizing cardio as a tool, but don't overdo it. Make sure you don't cut your calories too low. Eat as much food as you can while still losing body fat, and focus on protein. You don't need to waste your money on supplements. Go get real whole foods and focus on your diet and exercise before even looking into some sort of supplement. And make sure you focus on recovery. Sleep enough, let your body rest and recover, because that's where the true progress comes in. If you're ready to take your fat loss journey to the next level and want one-on-one support, I would love to help you out. I've opened up a few spots this month for my one-on-one coaching program. So if you're interested in hearing more, click the link below to learn more about it. You can go ahead and apply, and we'll see if we will be able to help you, if we'll be a good fit, and then we'll reach out to you in the next few days if we think we can help. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below any videos you'd like to see, and I'll see you next time.